Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood. In the last episode, we came to the Eorzea Alliance base camp after the Doman reinforcements have arrived to begin preparations for a showdown with the Empire. And as part of that, the Eorzea Alliance arranged in a negotiation with the Imperial commander, who turned out to be Emperor Varus himself. The goal of the negotiation was to, well, in best case scenario, establish an armistice and begin negotiations for a formal peace, rather than an all-out war. But a more realistic goal was to simply buy some time, to allow the Doman reinforcements to continue to arrive and the defenses to be shored up in preparation for the coming conflict. The start of negotiations basically boiled down to a bunch of finger-pointing and accusations back and forth and didn't really go anywhere. But the second round revealed the Empire's intentions. And Varus revealed that the Empire was actually founded by the Ascians, and that he is going along with the Ascians' plan of these rejoinings in an effort to allow these, basically trying to restore mankind to its original whole status, and then have the power at that point to be able to deal with the Ascians on more equal footing and defeat them. So trying to use them as a means of gaining the power to beat them. Unfortunately, these rejoinings require that calamities basically be caused on the source, which they themselves cause untold amounts of death and destruction, but also, as part of these rejoinings, it causes a shard, one of the 13 shards of the source, to basically be reabsorbed into the source, and that essentially destroys an entire planet. So an entire planet's worth of people basically get wiped out every time one of these calamities occurs. So the Eorzea Alliance was unwilling to stomach such a bloodbath in the service of trying to beat the Ascians, so we're going to try and do it our way, and unfortunately that has led to, well, all-out war between us and the Empire because our goals are mutually opposed. So, while the negotiations were interesting, it did have a distinct lack of smashing things with an axe, but now that they have fully broken down and we're at war, smashing things with an axe is what we're about to get to. So, we need to head into the Ghimlyt Dark and take the Empire's forces head on. Let's go ahead and queue in. So head to the Duty Finder, and we want to go to the Ghimlyt Dark. And join in and see how long this is going to take. So, I guess I'll go ahead and pause recording while we wait for the dungeon to start. And I do actually have some extra time to record today. Hopefully this doesn't consume all of that. It says less than 5 minutes. We'll see if that's actually the case. And, yeah. If this does start soon, and we're able to get through it relatively quickly, we just need a healer. We'll probably be able to get all the way through to the conclusion of Stormblood and be ready to proceed into Shadowbringers. But we'll see. We shall see. I was kind of hoping that that healer was going to Just as I was about to say, I was kind of hoping that healer was going to show up while I was talking. Alright, no pause required. Let's commence. I don't think I've ever tanked this dungeon before. That is one thing the Empire does have, is air superiority. Alright. Make sure that I'm in Defiance. There we go. I'm going to bring up the map and put that on my other screen so that I can see it and it doesn't get obscure.
Leave this to me.
Alright, this way.
Forward! Forward!
Alright, that door is open. I could probably chain some of these. Alright, yep, I'm gonna grab these up and I'm gonna roll forward to the next wall, which is there. Alright. First boss, Magitech Colossus. I don't remember anything about what this guy does. Whatever. You better figure it out as we go. Alright, he's gonna spin. Alright, he's gonna do his spinny thing again. And again. Just stay ahead of it. Dude, stay still. Have that little thing there that in case you need to gather up and split the damage, get to a spot and stay there so everybody else can get to you. Pretty much just a lot of AoEs, paying attention to what the boss is doing. And fairly simple. Loot, don't need it. Let the other guys have it. Make sure I have good hold of those guys. We're just going to keep going until we run into the next. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And that's probably good enough. Oh, that's still an AoE there. No, that's not actually open, so we can't go any further until this thing is down. There we go.
I shan't hold back!
Alright, more Imperial paratroopers. And a big Magitech Scorpion. Alright. Let's get defensive cooldowns up. Alright, my inner beast is available, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to just save it for now. That guy right there. Our inner release. Ooh, I'm all turned around. Where are we going? We don't need any of this stuff. Alright, Prometheus, next boss. Okay. Pretty obvious, don't step in the ring of fire. Alright, he's gonna burrow. And we know we need to pay attention to the walls. Ah, there it is. He's gonna burst out of that wall. Nitro spin? Okay. I don't think it's just a party-wide AoE. Freezing missile. Alright, he's going underground again. Alright, get out of the way of that. Alright, we've almost got him down. Avoid the AoE. Alright, there we are. One Prometheus down. Pass on the loot. Alright, there's Emmerich and Connie Senna. Let's grab all these guys. I think this is going to be another one of our barriers. We're not going to get any further than this. And that guy really needs to just chill. Getting way too far out ahead. You know, I'm moving. Oh. Colossus. Right, I am going to go in a release on this one. Alright. Oop. Hex drone. And dude, you're the healer.
As one!
Alright, and a Colossus. I should have him. Oh, I want to get away from that. Colossus is almost down. There it goes. And another Colossus. Scala Colossus rubricatus. Oh, everybody in the bubble. Ready to explode, stand back.
Let us be about it!
Looks like Hien's gonna knock it out. There you go. Loot, pass. And the final boss. Alright, these savages bested our vanguard. Impressive. But in the end, they are only that, savages. Now let us be brief. His radiance awaits. Alright, so these are like the guards that were in that negotiation chamber. Chamber? Tent? Whatever that was. Alright, we only actually fight one at a time. One stays in, the other one kind of does stuff from the outside. And I don't quite remember what all the mechanics were, or are. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff coming. Don't cross those lines. Alright, more stuff's coming from the outside. Get away from that. That one's down. Okay. Now I gotta deal with the other one. Ooh. Yeah, as a tank, I can probably eat those. Avoid that. Okay, so let's see what they're gonna do now. They're doing a little jaunt across the arena. Yeah, you hit me, whatever. That's what I have, not home gang. Equilibrium. Alright, yeah. This is basically a DPS check. You need to kill them before they finish their cast. And that was fairly simple. Alright, we have served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now. Right. Alright, we'll see if anybody's left to give a commentation to. There is. There you go. Loot. I'm gonna pass, so you can have it. And now let's head out of here and watch cutscene.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not like...
Oh no. Don't tell me. Are you all right? Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
Alright, well now, Eorzea is down for the count. But as far as the actual war goes, things seem to be proceeding well for the moment. Alright, so with the Realm here. Alright, so the Garleans have been routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not, they won't be taking any chances now the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help and that of our eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Eorzea, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. My lord, the Chirurgeons have completed their examination of Mistress Eorzea, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Just like the others. Damn it all. Aye, the Garleans picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Eorzea is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Ygiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Judging by the Garleans' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Alright, so I guess we're going to go back to the Rising Stones. I guess bring that back over here. Alright, we need to talk to Hoary Boulder. And see what it is we're going to do here. Alright, Yame, welcome home. Word has it you and Mistress Alice gave the Garleans quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alice? I was certain she would have returned by now. By the 12, not her too. Ochre and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We'll also need to send a message to Totaro post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltene, Kryl, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all's not lost. You are still hale and whole after all. Though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us for the time being, at least. Well, I don't think we'll be resting. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Okay. Alright, it looks like Xenos, or Elidibus, has joined the field. Alright. So, let's talk here, pick up the next quest. Yame, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times, though if you'd come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have naught to report. Coltene and the others continue to their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them, alas. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphino had been brought here, and wished to see if his condition had improved. So who's this? Ah, Maxima. Mr. Sayame, I have heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you're able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound coming from a Garlean's lips, but I speak them out of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That's why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear that ignominy. It will seem a small price to pay if it helps prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Ayame and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company, if you will follow me, sir. When word reached me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He waits my return at North Silvertier, and I'm certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. Alright. Let's go see who this is. I was kind of hoping I would be able to get all the way to Shadowbringers. But I guess it was more in between that dungeon and the end of the Stormblood storyline that I had remembered. So we may have to go ahead and end the episode here and come back and finish things off in one more. But let's see how it goes. I still have a little bit more time. Would this be Sid? Oh, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. Sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garlands would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Populares, however, consider him a revolutionary. A man willing to defy the Emperor's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please, revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work, but I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Relbon that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true Gaius still lives? Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the Legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Ascians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor, though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did his Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Ascians? But that is madness. The very notion is absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it. And yet I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. The Ascians must be stopped. To save my people, to save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. That is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Siryu's Wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Commander Alden requests your presence at Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He would discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time, no doubt, being of the essence. Could I tempt you to ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Ralbon's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Well, given that there's no Aetheryte there, that kind of would be the fastest way to get there. Alright, so let's turn this in. I swear every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger. And every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious, which of course is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Ayame, not even you, so please take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? We'll be fine. Okay, here's the resistance fighter. We get an unknown gift. I think this is the last thing we need to do, so... Yep, I'm going to go ahead and push for it. Alright, Commander Alden is waiting, my lady. It will be best if we proceed to Alliance headquarters at once. Alright, then let's go ahead and head on over to headquarters. Okay, this is going to start an instance, and this is going to be, I believe, if I remember correctly, one of the last things we need to do before heading into Shadowbringers. Alright, let's talk to Ralbon. You're here, good. I summon you to discuss strategy, but first I would apprise you of the Garlean's movements. Upon speaking with Ralbon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. As long as it doesn't take more than another half an hour, we should be alright. Let's go.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east!
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
Alright. Yep, you need only say the word.
Much obliged. Given the choice, I'd take you over 100 soldiers.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again? Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this? Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lass. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Alright, well, still dealing with that. Right, meanwhile, the border of Alamigo. Okay. Alright, so we are playing as Hien. We have Getsu combo. Okay. Ajisai delivers an attack with potency of damage over time. Okay. Rushes the target. And second one for healing. Alright.
Ready?
Keep an eye on that. Damage over time. Alright, let's, didn't want to necessarily do that.
This one's for you, Ida.
Okay, we are getting healing. Okay. We're not gonna be able to rely on it, I don't think. Alright, we are gonna get pushed back, but I don't think we want to end up in any of those AoEs. Forgot about that. Right. Really could use that second wind. Alright. Warrior of Light's timely arrival in a little bit. Alright, spread out. I'm gonna need to...
I cannot fail. Not again.
Okay, well. We'll have to give that another try. Wow, it'll make me go through all the cutscenes all over again? Select difficulty, normal, easy, very easy. I'm gonna stick with normal. Alright, we can skip this. We can skip that. Alright. This is not an easy duty. One too many more failures, and I'm gonna have to probably save it for another time. Alright, let's go.
Ready?
Yeah, really probably shouldn't get... Well, I don't think I can avoid getting hit by that.
This one's for you, Ida.
Alright, so we want to make sure we line up with this side. Alright, yep. Stay inside that blue. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit this now. That really doesn't help much at all, does it? Alright, we need to spread out. Yeah, I think that's probably what I was forgetting to do. Was you really need to stay next to Lise, because he's the one who's doing all the healing. Alright, here we go with these things. Alright.
Here it comes.
The weave of a shinobi's power.
Alright, Yugiri's doing something.
The art of my forebears.
Nice. Alright, we need to get there. Alright, we're at 80 out of 100. It's getting close. Alright, stay in the blue, stay in the blue. Because that puts a heal over time on. Alright, spread back out again. Dot. Alright, 95 out of 100. Knock us back again. Alright.
Damn you!
Magic. With a Garlean body. That's hardly fair. Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Ah, bringer of light. It has been too long. No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
Alright. Time for us to get into this.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's proceeding around the outside, it looks like. I don't know, I don't care about that. Well, now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have a hard time beating me. I am overgeared for this fight. So I'm using gear from the next expansion. Oh, he's gonna head in that direction. I don't care. Eat it. I got a Vulm stack. Vulnerability up. Oh, paralysis. I'm not worried about paralysis. Alright, gotta destroy these. You know what? I'm just gonna eat that. Because it really isn't gonna hurt me much. Yeah. Did I not hit all of them? I guess I was a little bit too slow. Oh, you've got to be kidding. I don't have time to do that all over again. Yes, now remember, that's the annoying part of this. If you screw up, you have to redo all of it all over again. Oh, now I remember. Alright, I'm gonna have to save the inner release for that particular phase, because those things gotta die really, really stupid fast. Okay. I was a sliver of health away from being able to make that. Alright, well, I'm going to have to end the episode here, unfortunately. And we're going to have to try that one more time next episode. and get through it this time. 'Cause yeah, when I first went through there, I was playing on my Scholar as a healer class, and that was really, really hard to get those 3 things down fast enough to not get wiped. So yeah. Alright, well, we will get through that next episode. So I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.